Hello everyone, welcome to Travel and Tourism Learning Center. In this small audio clip or audio class, I'm going to talk about the general or basic concept that is associated with tourism or travel, or hospitality or aviation. Fundamentally, let us say that for most of us, those who are sitting at home, those who are in quarantine, those who are watching this in the future, for them, for the future tourists and the past or present travelers, we all have a certain point that we begin to think what is the purpose of our visit or travel, why do we travel? And we also have a certain motive, right? So we have a motive or we have a goal that we need to go somewhere. So in terms of tourism, according to my, if you're not catching with my accent, I hope you understand what I'm going to explain or try to tell. Yeah, with my limited grammatic error in mixed language. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the globally accepted tourism classifications or types or topologies, as you can say. For those who have never understood or never got the idea or who are still trying to figure out what is the difference between a travel and tourism, for the aspirant in you, let me just clear it out. Tourism is visiting or going outside your residence, your workplace, your known place into an unknown area where you stay there in a hotel or a homestay and not in your friends or family or in your residence, and you stay there for minimum 24 hours, and your main motive should never be monetary or related to cash or anything. Maximum 1 year, minimum 24 hours. That is the concept of tourism. So tourism, as we speak, like I'm an Indian, I'm living in India. We go outside, it's called international tourism. We go within our country, it's called domestic tourism. Just many places, right? But most of us don't know what are different types of tourism. We do visit countries, we do go to places, but yet when we do it, we don't actually know what we are doing. According to a general person, according to a normal person or middle class or like a big or rich or poor, what we do if we go to a certain place with our family, with our friend, we do certain things. We don't actually know what we are doing. That is the condition, right? So in this video, I'm going to talk about different types of tourism that you may be doing it, but you don't know what you're doing it. So it's classification of tourism. In this classification, let me talk about the first basic thing, which is called inbound or international tourism or domestic tourism. When you go outside, it's called international tourism. When you go within your country, if you are in the Philippines, you're going from Cebu to Manila, or if you are in America, or if you are in the United Kingdom, you go within the area of United Kingdom. What you are doing is called domestic tourism, right? And next, I'm going to say it's called business tourism. For the tourism graduates, tourism scholars, you may be knowing it better than me because unlike you, I'm not actually educated. Yes, I am educated, but still feel that I'm not up to the mark. So business tourism, in short, is when you are working for a company. In simple words, when you're working for a company and you need to go for a certain meeting or you need to participate in an investor meet on behalf of a certain company, and the entire trips, the entire expenses handled by the company itself. That thing is called business tourism. In fact, it's ended up. And inside business tourism, there's a concept called MICE, MICE, that most of us may be knowing it. Let me repeat it one more time: meetings, incentive travel, conventions or conference or exhibition, right? Meetings, incentive travel means paid travel when you go with the knowledge, and when your company or your firm gives you holiday, motivates you to travel outside and pay, the entire expense will be taken by the company itself, right? And next classification, if you're going to a certain area, if you are going for a surgery, if you need a surgery, or if you need to have a transplantation, organ transplantation, if you're going outside the entire area, if you're going from India to another continent, another area, other country outside India for certain surgeries or anything, what you're doing is called medical tourism. Here you're going to another country or area. It can be outside country or within a country, and your main purpose is to get a medical aid, right? That is called medical tourism. In that medical tourism, there is another classification which is called wellness tourism. Wellness, for, let me spell it, WELLNESS. Medical tourism and wellness tourism are two types of tourism that is coming under the term health tourism. In medical tourism, if you're going to a certain area, certain hospital or certain medical area, because you are affected, you have a disease and you need to rectify it, you need to change it. But wellness tourism is prevention. What we are doing right now in this post pandemic era, you are building your immunity, you are preventing it, you are taking vaccines against a disease, you are preventing your body against diseases and everything. That's called wellness tourism, which is taking like going to hot spring, or going to a certain medical area, Ayurveda and spa and other, those comes under wellness tourism. And the other is called, sometimes you travel to places for pilgrimage. You're going for, in terms of Kerala, we are going to Sabrimala, you're going to Makkah, you're going to Jerusalem, you need to follow it. According to each religion, if you are going to a temple or church or mosque or uh, any area, Gurudwara, what we are doing is called pilgrimage tourism. There is another form of tourism. It's called cultural tourism. It is what we all do as a general tourist. When you are traveling from one country to the other, and you are a Bengali and you are traveling to Kerala, and you come to Kerala, you go to Trivandrum, you go to Kochi, you go to Kozhikode, you go to Kasaragod, and you find out that the entire Kerala is different, and Kerala has a unique culture, food is different and everything, and you enjoy it. When you go from one country to the other, when you go from one state to the other, and you go there, you practice, you find out the religion, the facts, the culture and belief is different and unique, and you experience it in person. What we are doing is called cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is part of man-made tourism. It is related to man, right? There is another form of tourism which is called food tourism or culinary tourism. CULINARY, also called as food tourism, or otherwise known as gastronomy tourism. These three words are associated with food. When you travel to another area, or you travel from one country to the other, in terms of food, you like food, you like to eat in everything. If you go to Kerala, you come there, you eat Kerala's own appam and stew and everything. And if you go to Tamil Nadu, you go for idli and dosa. Like if you go to the entire European, like you go to Europe, you go to London, you go to Ireland, you taste the food there. What you're doing is called culinary slash food. And there's other classification called wine tourism. When you travel to different countries and you go there and you taste the wine, alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages, wine tourism. And there is another form of tourism is called dark tourism, DARK, dark tourism, which is identifying or traveling to certain places that is associated with death and tragedy. What you're doing, let me tell you, what you're doing is that you go there, you're going to places like jail, torture chamber, those which are associated with the events of past, which are either man-made or natural. It's called dark tourism. Mostly, some it's otherwise known as grief tourism, morbid tourism, or Thanatos tourism, which is Thanatos is the god of death in Greek mythology, right? So it's called dark tourism. When you travel there, and your main purpose is there to visit those monuments which resembles or which uh, brings a memory about a certain past event which has badly happened. It's called dark tourism. Film tourism, you travel to different countries where there is another web series or movie locations or sets. You go to Universal Studios, you go to the New Zealand, that you have seen Lord of the Rings, and you go there, you visit the locations, film tourism or film induced tourism, it's a classification. Tourism is there. You use cruises to travel one place to the other, and you visit countries, and you live, or you go to cruises and you stay in cruises. Tourism. Agro-tourism, which is related to agriculture and somehow related to rural tourism. You go there, you visit there, you go to places where there is farming is done, which is related to the entire food process. Agro-tourism. There are major forms of tourism changing. Tourism is evolving. There are new concepts of tourism. There is space tourism, which is going to happen when you'll be getting the chance to go outside space. Vaccine tourism. Right now, as I speak, the date is 24/5/2021. At that time, you have seen that there are packages made. There are currently packages for countries where they're calling you to come there and take 2 doses of COVID vaccine. In Russia, first it was started in Saudi Arabia and Middle East, and now in Russia, and it's part of a tourism technique, right? So these are different types of tourism. In short, let me just conclude my small or my speech, my 12-minute speech, that tourism is something which has evolved along with us. It changes. We don't actually know where we are going, but it follows us like a shadow. It doesn't have an end or beginning. It will be there even after our death. After next generation or next generation, tourism will definitely be staying there. So in this video, it's just straight from the heart, with the knowledge I know, and with my little grammar skills, or with my little vocabulary, I have tried to simplify different types of tourism. There are more. Wildlife tourism, which is related to wildlife. Wilderness tourism, when you go to unknown areas. Land tourism, like everything is a beach tourism. Everything is related to something. So as a tourist, if you're listening to the entire video, if you are a tourist, if you are a person who are traveling there and you have a certain motive, just be aware that what you are doing is not simply a simple term. You cannot say you're a tourist. You have a certain motivation, you have a certain goal, and you have a certain purpose, and your tourism changes according to your purpose or a need or want. So tourism is not a single word. It has many shapes and sizes, and you have heard it. And I hope you have understood my record, like what I have said. And this is a class straight from the heart, and hope you have understood it. And it's very long. I'm sorry. You might have skipped it, maybe. So thank you for listening to this video, this audio class. And if you have liked it, please do share, and please do like unsubscribe. Oh, please, you're unsubscribing it. I'm sorry. You can subscribe it, you can share it, and if you like this video, please share it. And we will see you in next class. We means me and myself, right? So thank you, and bye.